We're going to move right into the game here. Game one, Purple versus Kranich. We're going to see who gets the better of who here, and you know what? Who's going to queue up just a little bit better in this match.
Yeah, this is always such a delight to watch Kranich play. It's kind of like waiting for my era matches too. I love seeing what he brings to the table. It's always got something unique.
Yeah. When you say that Kranich is playing tonight, or you say that Era's playing tonight, I'm always super excited to see what decks they're playing. When it comes to Purple, I'm excited to see what innovation he has. He always has that one little card, like the perfectly timed Kazan Mystic, a snipe, you know, something like that.
Yeah, every little, even Sunwalkers in some of his builds to fight just against popular variations of decks that are floating around. Here, this looks like he just wants to get out swinging, and I think this is a very big nod to the kind of player that Kranich is. You know, he doesn't know what kind of strategies he's going to bring, so just bring something aggressive and try to set off his footing.
Yeah, I love this. It's a deck that curves well, is resilient. I mean, if you're unaware, not unaware, but you don't know exactly what your opponent's going to do, just bring a very strong strategy that is resilient.
Yeah, and Kranich, with his hand, he doesn't have a ton of action with it, and Knife Juggler is going to get added here and quickly start to apply pressure.
Yeah, if I think there's any way that Kranich has been predictable lately, it's been this deck and Druid.
Yeah, Slam just going to take care of the Knife Juggler. But Purple, no shortage of action behind this. He's got Flame Imp and Haunted Creeper.
Yeah, great draw here from Purple. Going to be able to continue to add the pressure now. He might add this Nerubian Egg here because, you know, any removal spells that are like, that are AoE effects, he can pull up in this, and then if you draw something like Defender of Argus, he can really turn this on and be a big problem for Kranich going forward.
Yeah, also to get the Nerubian Egg on board early does present a little bit of problems. You know, sometimes this gets Defender of Argus, and you know, suddenly Kranich finds himself in a spot where he's just going to have to take damage if he wants to choose.
Yeah, it's really good against stuff like Deathbite and Whirlwind. You know, you put the onus on them to start trying to deal with what you're doing, but as a byproduct, you're going to get a 4/4 out of it later.
Yeah, I'm curious how Kranich is going to respond to this Void Caller too, because he doesn't have anything like an Execute in his hand, and Purple played this very quickly. This could easily be a Doomguard or a Malygos something sitting behind this.
Yeah, you've got to be worried just a little bit, but I think if anyone is going to be unscared and unfazed by this, it's going to be Kranich.
Yep. He's going to go with Unstable Ghoul here, even considering the Battle Rage. Going to armor up instead. I'd like to see him save the Battle Rage to try to get more value in this one. A lot of times this is a very grindy battle. Look at that draw
here from Purple.
This bluff is actually going to pay off from Purple too. I mean, this is a wonderful, wonderful circumstance to be looking at. But you know, also his position is a little bit off here.
Yeah, I think this is one of the decks that you really have to pay a ton of attention where you put the minions. I've been playing this deck myself a lot in ranked play lately, and I've been punished a lot for placing my minions in the wrong spot.
Yeah, and so I mean, he obviously wants to taunt up the Nerubian Egg here, but does he want to taunt up the Void Caller as well? I mean, his bluff, you know, looked like a spot where you could totally pay it off. Wants to keep it protected. That also may give Kranich a little bit more information, like maybe I got right here.
Yeah, you know, you have to feel and be like, you have to think, oh, maybe he didn't actually have it, and I could have gotten way into this game last game if I would have been a little more aggressive.
Yep, even in this spot with a Grim Patron Inner Rage and then the Deathbite activation, his board is answered right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good turn for Kranich, hypothetically, with, you know, the Grim Patron, Inner Rage, and then the Death Rattle from Deathbite here. But again, he is checked, and Purple, you know, he's going to be able to have things like Implosion and drawing extra cards for the rest of the game because Kranich isn't pressuring his life total yet.
Yep, he's got to. This is a tough situation to figure out, and plus he's still got to worry about what could potentially come out of this Void Caller. He doesn't have an Execute right now, and I guarantee you, if he had that, this game would have been very different.
Yeah, I find it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't situations through playing against Void Caller in this deck. When they're down to just a few cards in their hand, I think half the time you just have to take your chance. Most of the time you just have to take your chances and kill it.
But if you take the chance and you're wrong, I mean, that's the dire straits.
I mean, you're just going to take 12, 15 from the card? I mean, I guess if you have a long game plan, then it's okay. Like, the way Kranich is going to win this game, I think it's fine for this deck and this matchup to do that.
The big benefit he has here is that Purple is going to have to trade in this circumstance, and Kranich may find himself in a favorable spot, but that's going to be step number one, is seeing how Purple draws. If he draws something like a Doomguard here, this is going to be a nightmare. Sea Giant!
Sea Giant.
That is not on my X's approved cards list. He's going to life tap first. If he rolls 4 on this Implosion, he gets a Sea Giant this turn.
Do you think he's going to take that kind of risk?
Well, I think he's going to Implosion no matter what.
I think he was trying to pick up a demon.
I think he was too. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, but I think I would have liked to see the Implosion first and figure it out afterwards. So Implosion going to be here. This is a safe one. Again, if he rolls 2, he's not going to summon another Grim Patron from this. So this is step number 1. This is actually a really... Oh, no, his board's going to be filled up. He's not going to be able to summon Sea Giant no matter what this game. So he gets a 3, pretty average. And again, he's just going to have to chew through this board state. But Kranich is going to get a little bit of good news. Purple doesn't have a demon.
And Purple left with just a board full of 1/1s. So, like, you see Kranich kind of laugh there, like, yeah, maybe I got a little got. But, oh, there's a pretty good draw for Kranich here. He got the second Frothing Berserker, so now he's not scared of putting this one in harm's way.
Yeah, I think actually this is a mistake from Purple not get the Siege Giant on board this turn. You know, the fact that Kranich didn't swing into your Void Caller, it's pretty clear he doesn't have Execute, and now he finds himself in a spot where this is almost stuck in his hand.
Yeah, I think what you do there...
Whoa, what a draw.
Yeah, I think what you can do there is just play the Siege Giant and then pick off all but one of the non-damaged, and leave a damaged Grim Patron back, and you're still in a very good position in this game.
Yep, Kranich now, though, I mean, he's starting to put together some pieces where he can kind of fight this long game. He's getting more time to deal with this Siege Giant as the game moves on. It's looking not too shabby for him.
Yeah, but every time he's putting one of these minions in play, he's making it a little easier for Purple to get the Siege Giant in play and then still be able to do multiple other plays in his turn.
Yep, even going to armor up here. And then this is Purple finally getting to unleash the Siege Giant, but, you know, did he wait a little bit too long, maybe?
He even picked up a Power Overwhelming here if he wants. Oh, he can get a big turn here.
This is looking really, really interesting. I think he's going with Void Terror this one.
Yeah, he's going to Power Overwhelm. He's going to Power Overwhelming here, probably run over the Acolyte of Pain, and then, you know, grow his Void Terror to a huge minion here.
Yeah, he's not so concerned with the Armor Smith, I don't think, in this position, because this has been more of a card advantage battle that he's been fighting, and he's just satisfied with getting the effective Sea Giant from from Void Terror in this spot.
Yeah, he doesn't actually care that, you know, he's giving some life to Kranich here. This is about board position and making a giant minion. If Kranich doesn't answer this right here, like he doesn't execute it this turn, there's the execute right there.
This is the danger of giving your opponent time, is if you give them the time, they will find the right answers more often.
I was going to say, if this wasn't going to be answered this turn, Purple's going to run away with this game easily.
Yeah, and now Frothing Berserker starts to grow as a threat, and his board's been chipped away. He's going to have to rely on this Siege Giant to get a lot of work done, but look at the build that's happening on this Frothing Berserker. It looks like it's going to just have Taunt against that.
Yeah, it's going to be gigantic. Purple's going to have to answer the Frothing Berserker with his Siege Giant. Oh,
well, he might be able to answer it with Implosion.
As long as he doesn't roll a 2 here, he's going to be able to pick off.
Yeah, rolling a 3 here is so vital.
4. There's the 3.
And that's going to put Siege Giant into play as well. So finally foregoes a life tap to get something on board. And this is actually now looking very good for him. Kranich doesn't have an execute here.
Yeah, and I love that Kranich doesn't even react to the Siege Giant. Like, look at that. He's just like, yeah, of course you have a Siege Giant.
Well, that's the kind of card he's just going to play. He's like, oh, yeah, totally. Whoa!
These draws from Kranich have been unbelievable.
That is a huge draw right now. But the other thing that's happening is he is running out. Wow, he's actually going to pay 8 life here to get this done, too. He's running out of stuff to do after this. And Purple clearly uncomfortable with the second execute, but now he has 2 draws a turn versus Kranich having 1 draw a turn.
Yeah, you know, his life total isn't going to be pressured that much going forward from your Kranich, only with a 1-2 and a 2-4 in play. Purple even picks up a Taunter here.
Yeah, Doomguard gets picked up. That one is so important right now. This is going to help keep this board state under control and make sure everything is on his side. Purple's deciding whether or not he wants to trade this Armor Smith first. I can't blame him here. He is completely in the driver's seat.
Yeah, completely drafted. Great. You know, one good top deck deserves another one, Nathan.
Yeah, Cruel Taskmaster almost completely dead here. Kranich is going to be able to deal with this Doomguard in time, but again, he has to fend off 2 draws a turn from Purple for quite a while.
Yeah, again, not pressuring Purple's life total here. Going to come back to haunt Kranich a little bit here because Purple's going to get to use this life total to draw extra cards every single turn. He's going to be able to put a ton of pressure. Imp Gang Boss, great draw here as well.
Everything that he draws is
even a Dire
right
Wolf Alpha.
Yeah, this is the turn that Purple was looking for. If he grinds Kranich down to low enough resources, he finds himself in a spot where the game could possibly be unrecoverable. This is nightmare. Another sequencing error, I think, from Purple too, position-wise. He could have put the Dire Wolf Alpha on the other side with the Imp Gang Boss. So this is kind of showing you this isn't really a deck that Purple likes to play. This is against his style, and that sort of play is showing through right here. But Kranich picks up Battle Rage now. Maybe he can get some gas to climb back in.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get an extra card here off this Death Spite as well.
Isn't going to attack the Doomguard. He's going to just leave it on board for now, and that's a dangerous spot. Every single time he's taking 5 more damage.
Yeah, he's probably hoping that he can, you know, deal with this in time over the next couple of turns here, and he's going to put Grim Patron to play, hoping Purple maybe just attacks it.
Yeah, Purple's going to need something to actually deal with this position because it's getting scary too. I mean, the second Grim Patron's just such a scary minion versus this deck. This actually might shut off some of his draws.
Oh, that was a great draw here from Purple, and a Knife Juggler as well too.
Can he play the Knife Juggler first though?
Well, that is a problem. You play the Knife Juggler first, yeah. I will say, I think you can do it if you do it this way, but
I mean, what value does I think he may have to roll the die here. And he's not going to. Just going to taunt up. So the Cruel Taskmaster going to get taken out by this. I'm sorry, the Doomguard going to get taken out by this Cruel Taskmaster. Kranich draws a 5-5. I mean, the Emperor Thorazon's doing nothing right now, but a 5-5 I think is strong when you get to this board state.
It's going to be the biggest body on the board after this turn. He's going to be able to just dominate here if Purple doesn't draw something good very soon.
This is also a spot where I think Kranich needs to turn up the heat. This 5 damage needs to go to the dome.
Yeah, I agree with you here.
Such a good
You
play
start pressuring Purple's life total. You can't let him just keep drawing all these cards.
Yeah, Purple has to find a way to start trading here. And Abusive Sergeant could be the beginning, but again, he's got to risk this Knife Juggler picking off on this.
Well, he can attack first here, and then use the Abusive Sergeant, and then play Dr. Boom.
Now, I mean, Dr. Boom, you're really underplaying this Dr. Boom here.
For sure, I definitely was underplaying Dr. Boom, but how swingy has this game been back and forth every game?
It's been monstrous so far, and Purple looking for every single edge he can get right now. Doesn't want to hit Dr. He wants these just be going to the face, I think. Is going to have to take out this Emperor Thorazon. I don't think he can afford 5 damage. Wow, he's going to take out the Armor Smith.
Nope. Maybe leave his Knife Juggler around.
God, this is a tough spot to be in. I mean, if he leaves his Knife Juggler around, you know, Kranich is going to be able to push 5 more damage in this spot.
Yeah, that's really scary.
It's very scary because Kranich is still at 21 right now. You know, Purple's not ending this game next turn.
Yeah, it does give him some runner outs from here, but it leaves Purple with a gigantic board here.
Any 5 power minion, I think, is good right now. And I definitely think the advantage is on Purple's side in terms of where he can allocate his resources. But Kranich is going to be able to start shutting off these life taps as Purple feel comfortable tapping into a weapon means tap.
I don't think you're going to see him tap anymore going forward from here. You just can't.
Well, if there's one person that can, it's definitely Purple, but he's going to take his time and evaluate this circumstance. It doesn't look like he's willing to life tap anymore. You know, with the 7/7 on board, it could just be enough to get the job done. Wants that Dr. Boom token to hit right on target, but he's going to be able to trade this 3-1 Knife Juggler, and he's left with 10 power on board. Kranich has got 2 turns to get something done, and you can see Purple wants to life tap. He's pained that he can't life tap here.
Yeah, he's struggling with the decision there.
Completely dead draw.
Yeah, just the worst card probably left in Kranich's deck here, and you can see on his face, he realizes maybe this game just slipped away completely.
And Abusive Sergeant, Purple's 2 damage off lethal right now. I don't think he should life tap. He's got full control over this game.
Yeah, you're going to see Purple is going through every single card that's possible here, but against Kranich, you got to be careful too, because there might be something you don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something he doesn't know about, I think he's just going to die to it anyway. Playing safe, I cannot blame whatsoever. Kranich needs something right now. Whirlwind and Acolyte will give him another draw, but what can he draw to get out of this?
Yeah, no more executes left in his deck here. I think he might be just drawing dead.
Warsong Commander's not going to do it, and Purple is going to win game 1 on such a swingy game, back and forth the entire time. I mean, just when it looked like Purple was going to run away with the game, Kranich was able to answer back. And then when it looked like Kranich was going to run with the game, Purple answered back. This is a wonderful game.
Yeah, I'm out of breath from watching this one, just from keeping up. I feel like it was one of those insane tennis matches where, you know, you're back and forth, and I thought Purple and Kranich were each going to win multiple different times.